Last video we talked about adapting the Jaxians into the Monsterverse, but which other monsters from old Godzilla movies could also be introduced. Hello there, my name is Triple S and welcome to the third in a series of videos on the topic of how all Godzilla monsters could be brought into the Monsterverse. Let's continue with SpaceGodzilla. SpaceGodzilla first appeared in the 1994 movie Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla, and in that movie two theories are presented as to how SpaceGodzilla came to be created. The first is that at the end of the 1989 movie Godzilla vs. Biollante, when Biollante turned into spores after being significantly wounded by Godzilla, which then floated into space to turn into a giant rose orbiting the Earth, some of those spores actually kept going, eventually finding their way into a black hole. And due to Biollante possessing human rose and Godzilla DNA, when these spores then exited via a white hole...
So what is it?
I've never seen one before. No one has, but I'm guessing it's a white hole.
A white hole?
They evolved into SpaceGodzilla by assimilating crystalline organisms and absorbing energy from exploding stars. The second theory is that at the end of the 1992 movie Godzilla vs. Mothra, Godzilla DNA was carried into space on the wings of Mothra when she left Earth, to take on the destiny of the recently deceased Batcher of stopping a meteor, Gorath, before it destroys the Earth in 1999. This Godzilla DNA then once again found its way into a black hole, emerged from a white hole,
So what is it? Oh, someone punch him out.
And evolved into SpaceGodzilla by assimilating crystalline organisms and absorbing energy from exploding stars. In either case, SpaceGodzilla arrives on Earth and EarthGodzilla takes that personally, especially since SpaceGodzilla attacked Godzilla's adopted son, Little Godzilla, after landing on Bar's Island. To take on SpaceGodzilla, Godzilla teams up with humanity's robot monster, the Mobile Operation Godzilla Universal Expert Robot Aerotype, or Moguera for short. While this is Moguera's debut in the Godzilla continuity, its first ever appearance was in the 1957 movie The Mysterians. And what a glow up Moguera had between these two movies. Anyway, Moguera destroys SpaceGodzilla's shoulder crystals using its spiral grenades, weakening the monster enough for Godzilla to finish it off. And upon his death, SpaceGodzilla turns into orbs of light which float back into space. Now, how could SpaceGodzilla be adapted and introduced into the Monsterverse? Well, he could still come from space, but Ghidorah's already laid claim to that origin story. So instead, once again, third time's a charm, let's look to everyone's favourite holiday destination, the Hollow Earth. Take a look at SpaceGodzilla. Now take a look at the Hollow Earth and ask yourself, what do these two have in common with each other? Yes, I propose that in the times Godzilla has been down in the Hollow Earth, maybe even when he went down there in the 2024 movie Godzilla Kong the New Empire, his DNA has either been absorbed directly by a Hollow Earth crystal resulting in a freak mutation of it into SpaceGodzilla, or by an organism that lives in symbiosis with the crystals like a mold or fungus or something, and the melding of these separate elements combine to make the whole that is SpaceGodzilla, or in this case it would be Hollow Earth Godzilla. Hollow Godzilla? What I think would be cool as well is that you could actually tie this adaptation of SpaceGodzilla in with my adaptation of the Jaxians. That maybe the mystery titan the Hollow Earth Jaxians using their nefarious schemes is this Godzilla clone that they created and control using Hollow Earth crystals. I mean, there is precedence for SpaceGodzilla being used by the Jaxians, as in the 1997 TV show Godzilla Island, where SpaceGodzilla was one of the numerous monsters used by the Jaxian Zagreth in their attempt to destroy Godzilla Island. But which do you guys prefer? SpaceGodzilla being controlled by Jaxians or not? Thank you all everyone for watching. If you've got your own ideas on how SpaceGodzilla could be introduced into the Monsterverse, please share them in the comments below, along with your predictions on which monster we'll be talking about next. Thank you all so much again for watching. I've been Triple S, you've all been amazing, and I shall see you all in the next video.